Hey, abundant parents, it's Leah. In this video, I will be telling you all about how I model abundance for my children energetically, and I bring a sense of abundance and sufficiency to their life, making them super attractors. If you like this video, please give it a like. Also, please hit the bell. By hitting the bell, you will be notified when I post new videos. I post a new video at least once a week, sometimes more, so definitely hit the bell so you'll know when they're up. The law of attraction is this concept that, like energy, is attracted to itself. And this concept, this conscious thinking that has been introduced into my life through the law of attraction has awakened in me this thirst for scientific knowledge that I can't ever recall having before. Put literature and videos about quantum physics in front of me and you will definitely get my attention. In physics class in high school, I was never taught that energy affects our emotions and vice versa. And yet this is exactly what I'm experiencing now that I'm awakened to this reciprocal cycle of good feelings and good outcomes. All of this happening by practicing the law of quantum physics, the law of attraction. If you are modeling to your children that your life is full of lack and insufficiencies, you're going to draw that energy into your life, and you're also going to be modeling that type of energy to your kids. You're going to be modeling insufficiency and lack to your children, and using their mirror neurons in their own brain, they will then mirror the energy that you are providing to them of this insufficiency, this lack. If you model to your children that you are abundant in life, even if you don't quite have as much as you would prefer of whatever it is you wish to draw into your life. Perhaps it's love, perhaps it's a larger house, perhaps it's money, perhaps it's a car, perhaps it's more friends. If you're modeling to your children that you have an abundancy of all of these things, that you're actually quite happy with all that you have today in this moment right now, you're not only teaching your children that they can expect to have an abundant life full of all the things that they hope to have, but they will also have more than enough of everything. It's always okay to prefer to have things that are different or to have more, but to show that abundance in what you have today, right now, is extraordinarily powerful. There's always something to be abundant for in your life, even during the hardest times. If you really sit and reflect, there's always something, regardless of how small it may be, there's always something that you can find to be abundant for in your current circumstance. And so here's how I model abundance to my children using energy. I use self-care to manage my emotions, to become the master of my emotions and my energy, which, as I was saying, are very closely intertwined. This means using my awareness to feel there's an unhealthy momentum occurring, or to notice if I'm stressed or anxious. So using that awareness to recognize that, and then taking the very next step, which is to bring in some self-care for you as the parent. Sometimes I even just call it, hey, mom needs a timeout, or a parenting time out. If you give me 1 minute to do a breathing exercise and to reset my intentions, there will be a considerable difference in the energy that I bring back out to my kids. Heck, if you give me 5 minutes, I am practically a completely different person if I take that time to reset from a stressful moment, recognizing it, working through it, doing the exercises to reset my neurological system, and then bring that best parenting self that I can back to my kids and be the parent they connect with best. The second thing I do is I practice being happy with my life as it is right now. I practice gratitude for what I have. Energy does not lie. So you can't just pretend on the surface in front of your kids that you're happy with your life if you're not actually feeling that. They're going to mirror those neurons of you not actually being content and grateful for what you have. If you know that you are not content, you are not grateful with your life as it is now, practicing gratitude, intentionally practicing gratitude as a practice you bring into your life is really, really effective. Specifically journaling. By journaling 5 items, writing down 5 things, people, circumstances, experiences every single night, or you could do it in the morning, by taking that time to recognize 5 things every single day that you are grateful for in your life, you will find that that energy goes from just being a practice to being something that is occurring naturally in your life. The third thing is that I'm realistic about what I need in my life. I'm also very clear on what I need versus what I prefer. Of course, the things that I prefer are above and beyond what I actually need. Would I like to have a bigger home, a newer car? Would I prefer to have those things? Absolutely. But with what we have now, having a smaller home, it's easier to clean. It's easier to practice minimalism. There's a lot of benefits in my life, in my existence as it is now. Heck, might even be enough that I might change my mind about what I prefer. But that's another story. If you're practicing to be aware of what you need versus what you prefer and finding that satisfaction in what you have and that gratefulness for everything that you already have now to thrive, it's really going to shift your energy dynamic and what you model to your kids. Lastly, I volunteer and I donate. I show my kids this energy of being so abundant and so satisfied in everything that I have now that I have the ability to give more. There's always more to give, regardless of how low you might think your income is. There's always a way to give in some way. For me, I've created a nonprofit where I bring writing workshops to kids who have life-altering conditions, and that's where I bring my volunteering in. My kids actually go and volunteer with their grandparents. They make sandwiches for low-income kids, and then they deliver those sandwiches to their kids. So they're donating their time, they're volunteering. They have an abundance of time and ability to give, and so they give of that. And then I donate. Sometimes we'll put together Ziploc baggies with snacks for the homeless people that we drive by through town. Other times I'm donating to larger organizations, or I'm so blessed to have people in my community who are giving so much of themselves, or they've had hardships in their lives that have inspired them to create nonprofits of their own. I will give to those in big or small ways, depending on what my giving budget is at that time. But this idea of feeling so abundant in your circumstance, so abundant in your life that you're giving of your time and you're giving of your funds is very, very powerful thing. So it might seem a little strange to talk about giving and what it's going to give back to you, but it really does work, and it feels so good to know that you are making a difference. So those are the ways that I model abundance to my children, and we get in the habit of feeling abundant, of modeling that energy, of using mirror neurons to show that I feel abundant, that I feel sufficiency in my life, and that my kids have that freedom to feel that way as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to hear more, I invite you to join the Facebook group. I will post a link below. I also encourage you to join the Abundant Parent membership, where I bring videos like this one, as well as a monthly workshop with experts in their field who share with you tips and tools for being the best parent that you can be. You can find that at theabundantparent.com. You can click on the membership link. I will also include that link below. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'm wishing you a day full of light, love, and abundance.